there. Hi, my name is Anna. Hello, nice to meet you. I love October. I love Halloween. And let's talk about something spooky, something about fall time, something that has to bring, the energy of October. And what better way to do that than to do story time? I have my little coffee here. Now listen, if you have known me for a while, I only drink tea. I don't know what happened these past couple of months. I don't fuck with dark roasted coffee. No. Girl, that's gonna make me run to the bathroom ASAP. So I prefer my coffee to be light, medium. I don't know the coffee term. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. I don't know. I just know it's medium. Get your water, get your coffee, get your tea, get your popcorn. Take a little, real quick if you want to be in a tense, spooky mood. Or watch this during the daytime. Because honestly, I'm a person that gets really scared easily. So I rather watch scary movies, things like that. I watch them during the day, not nighttime. Spooky. I'm going to be talking about a couple stories that I have experienced in my life. These stories, they range from my childhood till now. Some of them have friends, family in it. Some of them is just myself in it. So I hope you guys enjoy these stories that I have experienced for your enjoyment. Before we dive, also, this is for you to have a little bit of context of me, right? You need to know who I am. So I've been very spiritual my whole life, ever since I came out of the womb. My family is very spiritual as well. If you didn't know by now, I'm Mexican as fuck. In my culture and my personal experience, we know about all the spirituality stuff that's going on. And I also did go to church. I went to Catholic church. I've been around spiritual stuff around all my life, tarot readings, astrology. I've always been self-aware about the realm ever since I was little, and my mom would always tell me, you always got to protect yourself. We would always have, Palo Santo sage, and we will always have ofrendas, and that was just something that was around me already. Everything that I learned, everything I gained was from my own family, and as I am growing and still learning more about myself and the spiritual journey, it's been so wonderful. I do have my own special sixth sense, and I can pick up things really easily when it comes to spirituality. I'll be like, in Mexico siempre hay leyendas. There's always, La Llorona, Chupacabra. If we ever behave bad as children, they will always scare us with the Chupacabra. So I don't know what it is about the Chupacabra, but the Chupacabra scared the fuck out of me, I never seen a picture of a Chupacabra until I was in my preteens, because I was really that terrified. I did not want to hear about the word Chupacabra. I didn't want beef with the Chupacabra. I grew up learning about my culture, learning about my religion, spirituality, learning about these legends and how we continue passing on our heritage. Ay dicen por ahí, it's a myth. Children more sensitive to the 5D realm. They can see things, they can hear things that other people might not hear.
Yeah, what to think about that?
Tell me what you hear. What wakes you up?
Voices.
Yeah, I think they're intuitive with spirits. Then they get to barking like this.
Also with pets, if you have any pets and one day you just randomly see your dog or your cat barking or meowing at a strange empty corner in your room, it's because they also see something that you're not seeing. For my very first creepy / scary experience, I was 8 or 9. I was in elementary. I was currently at a new school, and my house was really homey. I had my own room for the first time. My brothers had their own room. There was a master bedroom, and it was just a really nice house. It was those type of houses that had like a light in the hallway. I've been living at this house for like with my family for a couple months, and nothing had happened until this very night. My family was invited to a party for kids and while the adults got drunk, we're having a good time. You know, it's a kid's birthday. I'm there with my brothers. We have cake, there's candy bags, there's a piñata. You know, for my brothers and I, we're little kids. We want to take the fucking balloons. We take the candies, the candy bags and everything. We go back home. You know, it's normal. Nothing looks weird. Nothing is suspicious. I know that I went straight to my room, get ready for bed, and I was already going to sleep because I was tired. My childhood bedroom is so cute. It was small. I literally had like a bookshelf against the wall. Like it was in there. And then I had my twin bed there. Since here is my bed, in front of my bed was my closet. But my closet didn't have like closet doors like this. It was just a closet. You know what? Ironically enough, I'm telling this story in a closet. It was just like this. It was just open. And a little bit of this was my desk, like el mueble. It was here. So it was covering like a little bit part of my closet. It because my room was just small. I couldn't fit everything. It was just a little girl room. My brothers wanted to have the balloons, so they kept the balloons. They had them in their room. Where my hometown is it's in Texas, so it's really hot there. It's always hot. So we always have the AC on, and we have the fan ceilings on as well during the nighttime because it can get kind of hot. All of a sudden, I feel this shiver down my spine. I'm cold. It was just a weird sensation of like, haz de cuenta que era como have you like a hot and ice pack, like something was on my shoulder of that sort. In my left ear, I feel a breeze. It wasn't like the AC type shit blowing or the fan ceiling. It was a little straight, like if someone straight up went up to your ear, blew on it. Mom would always tell me when you feel like things are supernatural, she would always tell me, make your brain stronger than anything else. So that's what I kept doing. I was like, okay, it's not real. Like, this is not real. It's all in my head, and I'm just gonna go back to sleep, right? Innocent enough. That added more shivers to my timbers. It was that like pivotal chapter in my story that needed to happen for me to have a character development, because after this I have not been the same. The balloons pop and I wake up and I'm trying to like move my body, trying to make sure that that I'm real. But as I'm doing that, I find out that I got sleep paralysis. If you never experienced sleep paralysis, I'm gonna give you a crash course. It's basically when your body thinks that you're asleep, but your mind is still awake, and it starts to make you hallucinate, little things in your area. And I couldn't move my lips. I was frozen, and I was still staring at this figure in my door. And I was like, I can't look at this thing forever. I have to look away. I can't just keep looking at it. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't see it there, and I'm gonna look to my closet, like the opposite side. I look to the other side, and there's a fucking girl standing in a white dress with red glowing eyes staring at me. Girl, my ass was clenched. At this point, I was praying to the gods. I was calling the universe. I was like, please God, help me. Like, I can't move. And I started freaking out. Like, who wouldn't? I remember vividly exactly where that figure girl was located in my closet. And it was near my desk. You know how I mentioned earlier that my desk was, inside a little bit into the closet. And sometimes on the desk after I shower, I would lay my towel on there to let it dry, trying to convince myself that what I was seeing was not real, because I probably have a white towel laying on my desk and it's creating that like weird image for me. Maybe it was that, giving myself reasons, like trying to calm my nerves down. All of a sudden, the light in the hallway goes on. Because I lived in such a big household, I already memorized the footsteps of my family members. Like, I know who's walking just by the sound of their footstep. I'm looking back and forth between these two figures, and I see that the light goes on in the bottom of my door frame, where I'm like, oh, someone's up. And I heard that it was my mom walking to the restroom. And she goes to the restroom. I know it's her. I know it's her footstep sound. I start forcing myself to say something because I couldn't move my mouth. And I go, Ma, quiet, but that's all I could get out of me. And I say it a couple times. I'm like, Ma. And I'm still my face is still hot. It's shivering. I'm shaking. And these things are looking at me. And then my mom gets out of the restroom. I hear her opening the door already, ready to go back to her room. Can you believe that my camera stopped filming? As I was saying, so my mom's already walking back to her room, and I'm like, this is my last chance. I need to fucking scream with everything I got left in me to make her come to my room and help me. I literally go, Ma! She comes rushing in, and she's like, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Right as she's turning on the light, and I'm still keeping my eyes closely on the figures to see where they're at, my mom turns on the lights, and everything is gone. All the shadows, all the figures, the white dress girl with the red glowing eyes is not there anymore. And I turned to see my desk to see if maybe there was a white towel there that created the illusion. There was nothing there. My mom starts coming closer to me. I have tears in my eyes. I'm crying, and I tell her what happened. I went to a psychic after that experience because it really did shook the core out of me. And pues me dieron una barrida aquí pa allá, and I've been clean since then, right? I haven't seen anything of that sort being a young kid anymore. Can you believe that? Can you believe that happened to me? The next scary experience I had, and this is the story that everybody's been wanting to hear. I told people in my dream that they weren't real, and they attacked me. This happened actually recently. It wasn't that long ago. It was a year and a half or so. And what ended up happening, I saw this TikTok video. Their spirituality TikTok. See what people are talking about. I know from my own personal experience what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Let me tell you how it goes. In the dream world, time, date doesn't exist in the dream world, because that's just a human concept. That's not a force concept. That's not a spiritual being concept. So when when you dream, when you're in that other realm, you're just a free spirit. You have no identity, no concept of time. Those rules, it's like an unspoken rule where you're not supposed to, interfere with that realm. I guess that's more of a sacred realm, per se, you can say that. And so, you have your 3D physical material world, which is this and where you're looking at me right now. And the spiritual other energy realm is when you go to sleep, you have dreams, you feel something that doesn't feel like it's just an energy. Like, another example of this is that you may be watching me through your device, which is your 3D realm, your material world. But me talking to you, that's an energy. Ooh, baby, that's an energy. You're not supposed to do that. That's ratchet shit in the realm world, if I could put it simply like that. So that's why there's another theory. There's another un decir también, where that's why your brain doesn't know what's real or what's a dream, because for the mind to go to that realm when it goes to sleep, it feels like it's real as well. And so when it comes back, when we wake up, it also feels the same for the brain. That's why you create your own reality. That's why manifestation happens, because your brain doesn't know what's real or what's fake. It doesn't know the difference. So that's why manifestations work. That's why affirmations work. That's why if you start dressing up for yourself, or you just show up for yourself the way you want to show up for yourself, or the way that you dream about showing up for yourself, if you start doing that now, it will become your reality. Anything will become your reality. I was like, that's interesting. I should definitely try that out. This is me already. Like, this is me being 21. This was like last year or so. I'm grown. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I have lucid dreamed before. It's nothing. After that childhood experience, bitch, I'm a completely different person. Like, I can take on the world after that experience. Look, bitch, I get scared. Okay, I should, disclaimer, warning, I should have said this earlier, but all my stories here, they're real to me because I experienced them. But for you, the viewer, like, I don't want to get sued. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer here for whatever you need, okay? Do this if it's not within your practice. Don't do nothing that is not to your ability yet. For this particular experience, I was full aware of what I'm going into. I did my little protection ritual, my own protection, guidance. I said my prayers, everything I know, and I wasn't gonna do it at the nighttime. Anyone that does anything scary at night, I don't know how you do it, because I get scared. I wanted it to do it during the daytime. I was not about to wake up and see Slender Man 3 happen again. I had a game plan. I knew how I was gonna approach this. I came prepared, because that's just what I do. That's what I know. I know best, because I have learned this since I was really young. So I went for it. I was like, okay, let me see if it's real what people are saying, right? So minutes into the dream, minutes into my own nap, it's a full knockout nap. Like, it feels like I'm already asleep. I'm about to take my 6-hour night sleep in the middle of the day. It was actually like around 4 or 5 p.m. I want to say it was 4 p.m. It was afternoon vibe. I knocked the fuck out. I start dreaming. I get to work. I put in the work. I'm like looking around in my surroundings. I'm already in my dream. Let me paint you my dream. So, my dream takes place in my old high school, in the library. It had long wood desk that my old high school library would have, and it was like 4 or 5 of those. And everyone had a sheet of paper. And my friend was right next to me, sitting next to me. and I see her. I look up to see her, and because I realized it was my friend. And I started looking all around my surroundings in my old high school library, and I see that they're clones of her. They're clones of her. It's exactly my friend in every chair, and I'm just me. I'm the only me there. It's me versus the clones of all of my friend. Everyone has a paper. Everybody has a pencil except for me. To me, this is so unusual to be dreaming this because of, it's my friend there sitting next to me and a clone of her. In my head, I was thinking, I was already in the zone. I realized where I was. I checked out my surroundings. I knew what was happening. I was like, I should ask my friend to see if she has a pencil that I can borrow. And she's like, yeah, I'll give you a pencil. Here you go. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, what are we doing? And she's like, oh, we're just writing an essay. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm looking around as I talk to her, and everybody, her clones, are writing. They're just on it. And then I go in and I bluntly ask her, I'm like, hey, you're not real. Oh my god. Oh, this is actually a crazy one too. Right after I said that, all the clones, especially her, my friend, stopped writing. It was like an eerie sound happening, like those like liminal spaces. It's just a so quiet, and slowly her heads start turning to me. And I don't know how the fuck it happened, but there was just like a tense black like a flash, like it was coming at me. The moment they turned and they were like they started yelling, like screaming, silently screaming at me. They were and they jumped in towards me. So the moment that I see like that silent and hear that eerie noise, I'm like, oh, it's time to go. Right as I see them trying to come at me, I wake the fuck up. I'm like, and I sit there for like a good minute because eso sí me placó. That showed me a real quick, doing my aftercare after having that experience. And then I open my eyes again, and I'm like looking around, and I'm still, I'm in my room. The sun is still out, so I'm like, okay, it makes this experience a little bit less scary. I just started like ponerle en chinga, like I was cleaning, I was like reading, I was like doing homework. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but that shit lifted me up. But before I go, I'm gonna leave you off with one more story. This takes place, I believe I was like 19 or 20. My friend had moved into a new home. She was moving in. I was so excited for her because she was getting, she was in her new era. But I was also kind of sad because she wasn't gonna live near me and my other friend. We all lived so close to each other. Like, it was actually kind of a weird coincidence too. She lived 15 minutes away from my school, and she would always like come and pick me up so we can go hang out. It was fall semester. It was like my freshman year. Oh, so I was 19 because it was like my freshman year. We don't actually get fall in Texas. It just gets dry cold. This one particular night, me and my other two friends, we were planning to hang out. My friend wanted us to see her new house. She wanted us to, go check out the place. Sometimes we would go to her new house before anyone moved in, before she moved in, and we would go and smoke at her place. It would be us three, and we would go smoke. And she would show us her new house. Like, she would show us her terreno, the fucking back end, and it was puro monte. It was all monte. This is the time of course, daylight saving happened. We had planned to hang out at 7, and 7 p.m. was already fucking dark. Like, it was already like 10 p.m. We go check out her new place, and it's cute. She's giving us a whole tour. You know, she's giving us the ups and downs of what she's gonna do here, whatever. And then as we go walking into her backyard, her neighbor has like this like junk car thing going on. Like, it starts getting a little creepy as we start walking to that area. Like, we have just the fucking phone flashlight. We don't have any of the fucking gear. I stop everyone. I'm like, girl, is it just me, or does it feel like something is happening here? Like, I feel something, you know? Like, because my friend is also spiritual as fuck, so, and she's very intuitive, and she has a sixth sense too. She can pick shit up, you know what I'm saying? And she was telling me, like, dude, no, like, you're not the first one to say that, because like I also felt this, and also when I had another person here. Oh, so this is something to be aware of. And my friend, he was listening to our conversation. He's just like, nah, it's not real. Like, you guys are tripping. Like, I'm gonna go right there to that junk car right now. We start laughing. Of course, it's him. It's our friend that doesn't believe that some shit could happen. My friend's like, okay then, go. I dare you to go into the junk car. I dare you. And he's like, okay, bet. I'll go. He kind of goes through the fence. It's not, you know, it's not a big fence or anything. He starts walking over there, and he's very confident that nothing's gonna happen to him. He's very sure of it. And I'm just in the back. Again, I don't fuck with that shit like that. Like, I'm not trying, like, you can sense personally if you're gonna step a territory, like, psychic wise, spirituality wise, cuando te estás pasando. Like, you're not, you know, respect. I can pick that up. I can sense that for me personally. That's why I don't fuck with shit like that. He starts walking through the junk aisle of cars and everything, and my friend and I just keep looking at him. Dude, get over here, stop messing with that. I'm mostly saying that. My other friend, she was like, dude, do you see anything? Do you feel anything? And I don't know what's going on. I'd rather not, but I really need to fucking pee. You hear like a clash. Ooh, girl. In that moment, I did not care about my friend, because he put himself in that situation, and my ass just starts like grabbing my friend, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go, come with me. And all you hear is my other friend who was in the junk car laughing, and he starts running back to us. All of us just start running. I know there might be some people watching this thinking like, oh, it could have been the neighbor. The taller, it was very big, and we were already far away from like the house. My friends and I, we start walking back, and he's like, nah, dude, like, was that you? We don't know what could have been. We don't know if it was or it wasn't. Something that we still talk about this day sometimes, because there's so many questions, and it's 3 of us, and we're like trying to add the pieces together to see what actually happened, but to this day it's still a mystery. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For the season of the spookiness, I wanted to share my top 3 ones. Let me know what you guys think. Any personal paranormal experiences you guys have been through, let me know in the comments. Take care. Báñase. Okay, bye guys. I'm not trying to freak anybody out, aka me, and I mentioned this while I was recording this, and then also when I was editing, it was a fucking bitch, and I feel because the energy of here, it was so intense. Like, it was just so crazy, like talking about spooky stuff. Because another thing to point out is I recorded this during the nighttime after I literally said I don't do shit in the nighttime. I had some trouble editing some shit when I was talking about some tall, slender, figure-ass motherfucker in my room. To this day, I'm fucking scared. To this day, I'm so fucking scared. In a way, you know what? It's just me being superstitious and being crazy.